and welcome to class. I invite you to close down the eyes if that's comfortable for you. And if that allows you a little greater access to your physical body in this moment. So really tuning into the support of the ground underneath your seat and your legs and feeling that connection to the earth. And then I invite you to begin to do a body scan. So you can start with that connection to the earth and make your way up your legs into your hips. Just feeling whatever's present for you. If there's any feelings of tension or ease, tightness or softness, maybe moving your way up your trunk. And the goal here is to just surround these areas of attention with awareness. So no need to shift or change, no need to move or breathe any differently than you're doing. And once you feel that you've taken this kind of inventory, how you're feeling in this present moment, take your right hand over your heart and your left hand over that hand, keeping the shoulders soft and exactly as they are. Find a gentle pressure underneath your hands into your chest plate. You might notice the rise and fall underneath your hands. You might even be able to feel your heartbeat or the vibrations of your breath. Just be with this moment in awareness. And if you like, if you're in the practice of setting an intention for this session, for your sessions of movement, I invite you to connect to a part of you that might feel heartbroken, that might be feeling loss. And in this space, feel your hands holding your heart with care and compassion. And if there is anyone or anything that you'd like to dedicate this session to, this energy, this intention, this awareness, then I invite you to say their name now. Jason. And just breathe into this space, feeling connected to your awareness, connected to your hands holding your heart. And when this feels complete, you can float your hands down to your knees. And we'll begin to do a neck release, taking one ear to its shoulder. Inhale. As you exhale, round the chin forward to chest. Slowly take your time. As you begin to inhale again, take the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. Let your shoulders stay down and soft. And then as you exhale, take the chin back forward. Inhale, ear to same shoulder. Exhale, chin forward. Continue this on your own breath at your own time. Really allowing the weight of your head to move your neck, to move your body. And if you want, you can begin to exaggerate this movement, maybe allowing the spine to become involved, keeping the jaw soft, keeping the eyes closed if that feels appropriate to you. We'll take this 2 more rounds. Breathing into your body, connecting to the breath in your abdomen. Maybe feeling the breath as it expands the back ribs, the space above the kidneys, and the lower back. Last time. And then once your chin comes back to center, back to the chest, pause there. And inhale, roll your spine, roll your neck, roll your head back up. Pause and breathe. Inhale, shoulders come up to ears. And exhale, drop them. 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders up to ears. Exhale, drop them. Last time. Inhale, shoulders up, squeeze them tight up into the head, and drop them. Rolling over your shins, let's come into all fours. Index fingers pointing forward and knees underneath the hips. Starting in a runner's lunge, bring your foot forward to the outside of your pinky. And pause here. You can come up to fingertips. This is a great moment if you have sensitive knees to bring a blanket underneath your back knee. And pausing here and feeling your hips drop, your heart press forward, your shoulders and neck and head reaching towards the ceiling or the sky. And then if it feels good in your body today, you can start to walk your hands to the left, away from your right foot. Just as much as is comfortable, keeping the right knee over the right ankle. Inhale, right arm comes up into an open twist, and you can reach towards the sky, or if it feels okay in your body, you can reach behind you. Think of the left bottom ribs spiraling open to the sky, opening the heart, sinking the hips. And on your next exhale, bring the hands back down, walk them to center, and then bring the right leg back into all fours. And you can sway through the hips. You can find a little bit of a cat-cow, bringing the navel to spine, back of the heart to the sky on your exhale, and dropping the belly, opening the heart on the inhale. Whichever you've chosen, come back to center and neutral, tabletop. And this time bring the left foot forward to the outside of the pinky. Option here to come up onto the fingertips, drop the hips and let the heart come through. Be with the body, be with the breath, be with your intention for today. Notice anywhere that you find tense or holding, and see if you can just surround that space with awareness. And just notice what that awareness does to shift. Option to stay here, or if you did on the other side or want to try on this side, you can walk your hands over to the right. Just as far as is comfortable. Take a breath, take a pause. And then when you're ready on your next inhale, left arm comes up, reaches up. And again, options, you can open the heart up and bring the fingertips towards the sky, or you can reach behind you, opening the heart further towards the ceiling. Let the head be heavy. One more breath. As you exhale, bring the left arm back down. Walk your hands back to center. And then I'll meet you in all fours. Hips come over knees, left foot steps back. And you can swish the hips side to side. You can find a mini cat-cow practice, inhaling as you drop the belly, exhaling as you bring the spine up to the sky. Couple more breaths here, feeling into the spine, feeling into the breath, moving the body. And then when you're ready, walk your hands back to your knees. We'll come into a seat. And if it's more comfortable for you for this next section, you're more than welcome to find a chair to sit in the chair. Otherwise, I'll meet you on the ground in a comfortable seat. Taking your hands, begin to pat the stomach, pat the abdomen. And this is not beating yourself up so much as it connecting to your strength. So feel your breath, feel your body firm underneath your hands. And when you feel connected to that strength, connected to that core, you've woken this area up, take your hands into fists and press your fists together and into your abdomen. This next exercise is connecting to any stagnation, any old air or oxygen in the body. It's moving the breath, moving the energy. So what this looks like is you'll take 3 sharp breaths in. And as you exhale, you'll press your fists towards your spine and pull the air out of your body into a ha. Now the option here is to be as loud as you want, really moving that energy, really connecting to that expression. And we'll do this for a minute or two. So really allow yourself, you're on mute, and so you can be really as loud as you like. Inhaling 3 and exhaling ha, 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 ha. And the inhales can be as quick or as slow as your body wants it to be today. So really experiment with what feels best for you. Ha, 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 ha. Really exhaling powerfully through the mouth with a powerful ha, ha. Really allow that ha to come deep from the belly, from where your hands are pressing, assisting your body in pushing the air out. Ha, ha, ha. Clearing out any stale oxygen, any stale energy. Ha, and really allowing you to express this breath. Ha, 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 ha. 2 more. Ha, ha, ha. Release. Big breath in and big breath out. Start to shake your hands. Maybe shake your shoulders. And then bring your hands to your knees. Exhale. Close down the eyes if that feels right for you. Deep breath through the nose. And then option here to open the mouth, sigh it out. 1 more. This next exercise is called breaking the chain. So bringing your fists once more in front of the body, but this time bring the forearms one on top of the other. And this is connecting to anywhere that you're feeling stuck, anywhere that feels like it needs to be shifted. Big inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to release, bring the elbows behind you. And again, another option to have an explosive breath or a huh from the belly. Now that we've connected to the belly, inhale, exhale, huh. Inhale, opposite forearm on top. Exhale, huh. Inhale, connecting to that stuckness. Exhale, huh. Inhale. Exhale, huh. Keep moving back and forth and connect to that huh, that exhale. Inhale. Moving at your own pace. Keep it going back and forth. Connecting to your power. Really allow your elbows, the strength of your body, option to move through breath or move through sound. 5 more each side. 1. Pull it apart, pull it back. Throw it behind you with your elbows. 2. 3. 2 more. 4. Last one. Bring your right arm underneath, or your right hand rather, underneath your left armpit. Your left hand over your shoulder, hugging yourself, witnessing your breath. And an option here to do another body scan. What are you feeling? You can start with the contact of your seat to the earth or chair. Feeling your physical body, your energetic body, maybe even your emotional body. What are you feeling? And begin to tap. So take your fingertips and begin to tap your heart space. You can tap around underneath your collarbones, down onto your chest plate. You can make this as vigorous or as soft and gentle as you like. And then center in on your heart space. Connect with what you're feeling right now in this moment. And I invite you to say in your mind a complete sentence or out loud. We'll start this sentence with, I feel. And then in that blank space, you will insert the word or words that communicate how you feel in this moment. I feel anxious. I feel anxious. I feel overwhelmed. I feel connected. Keep on tapping. Continue to tap. If you are feeling that tapping too much for the center of your chest, you can move it to the left over your heart space or to the right. Continue with your observations. Continue with your connection. I feel connected. I feel connected. I feel grief. I feel sadness. I feel love. I feel love. Taking a couple more breaths to complete this exercise. Anything else you're feeling, allow yourself to witness this. Allow yourself to declare this and create space for your own awareness, your own self-care, your own self-witness. Last breath, last declaration. And then take your right hand over your heart, your left hand over that hand, and say out loud to yourself, I see my grief. I see my grief. I witness my grief. I witness my grief. I see my healing. I see my healing. Holding the space of your heart, breathing in and breathing out. Taking your hands to your knees, we'll take the circle of life exercise next. You'll inhale and bring your right hand across your body, up. And as you exhale, bring your hand back down to your knee. We'll continue this with the other side. Inhale, opposite hand across the body, up. And as you exhale, bring the hand to your knee. Inhale, both hands together, moving up through the heart, above the head. And as you exhale, float the hands back down to your knees. Inhale, right hand across the body, up. Exhale, floating the hand down to the knee. Inhale, left hand across the body and up. Exhale, let the hand come back to the knee. Inhale, prayer through the heart, reaching up above the head. And then exhale, float the hands back down to your knees. We'll take this 4 more times. Take your time, really allowing your breath, your awareness, your intention to move your arms, creating space for your lungs, creating space for your body and breath. And this exercise here, it mimics, it shows, it moves through the circles of life, these never-ending movements, representing the continuation of life and existence. Take your time, really feel into this spacious energy. And one more time, last time. And when you bring your hands back down and around, encircle your waist almost as if you were cradling a child. So one arm on top of the other. And begin to rock side to side, cradling this child. And this energetic child, this invisible child that you're cradling, can be anything that you need it to be in this moment. It can be your grief. It can be yourself. It can be your loved one. It can be your hope, your healing, your own love. Whatever you need it to be, just be with this in this moment. Feeling the energy, the emotional energy of whatever you need to, surrounding that with awareness and showing this child love, soothing, compassionate energy. Keep your breath moving through your body, maybe softening the belly and allowing the breath to really encompass and take up space as you rock gently side to side. We'll take 4 more slow and easy breaths here, but take your time. Let your compassion and your love pour into your arms, pour into your body. And last breath, big inhale and exhale. Taking your hands up to your neck. And you can begin to massage your shoulders, giving yourself any squeezing, any pressing, any love that you need in this moment. Maybe coming up into your neck, squeezing your neck, massaging your neck and your shoulders. Option to take one hand across the body, giving yourself anything you need, pressing, squeezing. Maybe you take the opposite arm across to the opposite side. And coming back up into your neck, maybe. Maybe 1, 2 more breaths. And then let's come into a self-hug one more time. So right hand underneath the armpit, left hand on top of the opposite shoulder. I invite you to close your eyes and hold this space. Maybe notice how this body is feeling different from the beginning of class, from our first hug. And in your mind or out loud, I invite you to say, may I be peaceful. May I be peaceful. May I be happy. May I be happy. May I be content. May I be content. Releasing your arms. And I'll meet you on your mat, on your back. Make sure you have your blanket or your pillow nearby. We'll have an option to use that in a little bit. So rolling down onto your back, bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet towards your hips. Arms will come beside your hips as well. And let's go through a little bit of a breath exercise. So as you inhale, rock your pelvis forward, tailbone reaching towards your heels. As you exhale, tone the belly, bring your hip points up towards your ribs. Lower back lengthening to the mat. Inhale, rocking the hips forward. And you can make this very gentle. Exhale, hip points move towards ribs, tuck the tailbone underneath you. Inhale, rock the hips forward. Exhale, rock the hips back. Twice more. Last time. And then pause in neutral, breathing in and breathing out. Setting up for bridge. On your next inhale, curl the tailbone under, lift the hips off the mat, lift the back of the heart rolling up through the spine, and then option to interlace your fingers underneath your sacrum, underneath your hip bones, folding your shoulder blades underneath you one at a time. And then the action here is to press your hips up, your chest towards your chin, and then float your chin up towards the ceiling. Breathing in 2 more breaths. Pressing into your big toe mounds to get a little bit more height in your hips. Last breath. And then release the hands. Roll your spine 1 vertebrae at a time down onto the mat. Take your feet mat distance, your knees into touch. And the right hand over the belly, the left hand over the heart. Option here to close down the eyes. Feeling the breath in your body, move your hands. Two breaths. Last breath before we set up for a second set. Taking your feet and bringing them back underneath your knees towards your hips, setting up for our second set. Let your hands come down by the sides of your hips, and when you're ready, inhaling, curl the tailbone under and roll up through the spine. If you're interlacing your fingers, opposite thumb on top this time as you fold one by one your shoulder blades underneath you. And once more, press down into the big toe mound to lift the hips, chest moving towards chin, chin moving towards the ceiling. 3 more breaths, breathe in here. Opening up the front of the body. One more breath. Releasing the hands, rolling down with control, float the hips back down to the mat. And again, feet come mat distance apart, knees into touch, but this time left hand to the belly, right hand to the heart. Tuning into your breath, tuning into your awareness of your body in this moment, and the support of the earth underneath you. 2 more breaths. Walk your feet back under your knees, but this time gather your knees into your chest. And you can stay here with your hands over your knees moving towards the sides of your rib cage. Or you can flex your feet coming into happy baby, holding on the outside of your feet and then pulling your knees in towards your armpits, shoulders come down to the mat. You can make this a static happy baby, or if it feels appropriate for you, you can gently rock side to side, massaging the erector spinae, the muscles on the sides of the vertebrae. And if you want, you can even, if you're taking this option, lengthen one leg out and then the other, really feeling into your body what feels good for you in this moment. Sometimes that is stillness, and sometimes that is movement. Taking 4 more breaths. And let these breaths feel nourishing. Let your whole body breathe with these breaths, deepening this pose for you. One more breath. If you're rocking side to side, come back to center. Gather your knees into your chest. And everyone roll completely onto your left side in the fetal position. If you like, you can take your pillow and place it underneath your head. If you like, you can take your pillow and hold it, hugging it into your chest. Or you can even place the pillow between your knees, whatever feels appropriate for you. And then allow your arms to enfold yourself. Maybe bring your knees up a little bit higher so they pass the navel. And close down the eyes. We'll be here for about a minute or so. So really allow yourself to enfold your body in our side fetal position. Connecting with your breath, connecting with your intention. And we have an option here to stay here in the fetal position on our left side. Or if you like today, we can take this into a twist. So take your left hand and allow it to drop onto the top thigh to anchor the legs, just really gently. And then opening the right arm out long behind you, right shoulder reaching towards the mat. And maybe you bring your gaze over the right shoulder as well. Big breath in. And then exhale, allowing any remaining tension to dissolve. Any remaining thoughts to release. Closing the eyes And if you like, once more, doing that body scan, but this time really allowing your breath to soften any remaining places that are holding tension. Surrounding and infusing these areas with your breath, with compassion, with kindness. Being really gentle with yourself here. If you need to shift a little bit to make yourself even just a little more comfortable, I invite you to do that as well. And we'll be here for a couple minutes in silence. So really allowing your awareness. Maybe you can hear the quality of your breath. Maybe you notice sounds around you and allow them to be part of this experience. Not focusing too firmly on any one sound. Seeing if you can get quieter and quieter until you do hear your breath. Two more breaths. Last breath. You can keep your eyes closed if they are, or you can close your eyes if they're not. Bringing your head back to center, one by one, bringing your knees back to center, hugging them in. And if you would like to do any small movements, small rocking, or just squeeze, before we set up for the other side. When you're ready, pulling the knees in close and tight to your chest, rolling onto your right side. And you have the same option here. You can place a pillow or blanket between your knees, between your arms, holding it close, or underneath your head. We'll be here for about 1 minute, so allow yourself to feel as comfortable as possible. Really feeling into that support from the ground and your mat, and the support of your arms enfolding your body. Maybe take a little deeper breath than the last, and sighing it out, releasing it. Once more, you have the option to stay here if that feels right for you today, or you can take the right hand and place it on top of your legs, opening the left arm out behind you, the left shoulder coming down to the mat, and maybe the chin will ease its way to the left over the shoulder. Big breath in. And then option to sigh it out or let it out as you exhale, surrendering any remaining tension, thoughts, allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment. And again, we'll be here for a couple minutes in silence. Maybe you tune into the quality of your breath or the rise and fall of your body as it breathes. Just being with yourself in this moment, holding space for yourself in this moment. Three more breaths. Last breath. Bringing your head back to center. One by one, your knees back to center. Hugging them in tight. Maybe you exhale forcefully as you bring your forehead up to kiss your knees. Setting up for our final resting pose. On your next inhale, lengthen your legs out long. If you like, you can take a pillow underneath your knees or thighs. If you like, you can take a blanket over the body. Maybe your heels come mat distance, your toes soften out. Folding your shoulders underneath you, palms up and away from the hips. Allowing your chest and collarbones to spread open wide, giving yourself space to breathe. Taking one last deep breath in, and let this breath be the largest breath you've had today, the largest breath you've had this morning. And as you exhale, Allow yourself to surrender to this final resting pose. We'll be here for a few minutes in silence and trust that when we are complete, I will guide us out. Really allowing yourself this time where there is nowhere to go, there's nothing to do, and there's no one to be. Just allowing yourself this precious time to be here for yourself in this moment. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. On your next inhale, bring your arms up overhead into a full body stretch, toe tips reaching away from fingertips. And as you exhale, bend your knees, place your feet on your mat, and roll completely onto your right side, allowing your bicep to cushion your head. Take a moment. And then, using as much ease and comfort as you can, press yourself up to a comfortable seat, taking one hand over your heart and the other hand over that hand, and feeling into your intention and your dedication from today's class. Feeling the love, feeling the healing and the love that you have for your dedication and your intention. Big breath in, breathe into this heart space underneath your palms. And as you exhale, feel your hands pressing gently, holding this space close and dear. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. We'll be doing these sessions every Tuesday from this month into next month. And I hope to see you soon. Namaste.